Alright, hey everyone. Okay, so today we're going to be having another end of day breakdown on a 6.16 risk to reward trade. Okay, so we're going to start on the 4 hour, and as you can see, we've put in a high. Okay, we've come down and we've reacted off a zone here, and really we should be putting in a new high if we're going to continue with bullish order flow. But unfortunately, it's failed to make a new high. Okay, which now turns this into a strong high, and it turns this into a weak low. So now we're looking to target our winnings to run past this low here. Okay, so we're going to move into our bias is now bearish, so we're going to be looking for sells. Now on the 15 minute, we've come up just here, we've made our low, we've come up, we've had a break of structure, so we're looking to get reactions off here. It's come up, it's turned out that this is actually a fake break of structure. It's been a fake break of structure, it's come up, and it's just mitigated one of these points here and then run again and further broken this zone. Okay, so now we're looking here and we're looking for sells. Okay, so this was on the Friday, and it was coming off a big retracement up. Okay, so we're coming down. Now I had a lot of mitigation here, a little bit choppy, but anyway, we've got our break of structure just here on the 15-minute time frame, and what we're looking for, we are looking for price to come tap into one of these order blocks just here. It could be this one, it could be this supply wick, it could be any amount of smaller time frame zones. Okay, so anyway, along the way we've built up a ton of trendline liquidity, so it's tried to break through a lot and it just hasn't been able to. Okay, so it's built up this trendline liquidity, which further plays in our favor. Okay, so we want to trade off the protected high, which is here, because it made this break of structure. So now we're looking for it to continue bearish after mitigating a point quite close to the protected high. Okay, so on the 1 minute, on the 3 minute there was actually nothing, so I usually like taking 3 minute trades, but there was only points of interest on the 1 minute. Okay, so as you can see here, here's one and here's another. Okay, so what we're waiting for, alright, so we're waiting for this to mitigate one zone here, okay, and then to turn into bearish order flow on the lower time frame. So we're on the 1 minute here, and it's mitigated our first zone. Okay, now the reason I didn't enter is because it's coming up, it's coming down, it's come up again, meaning that this point here is our previous low. So for this to turn bearish, it would have to take that out. It comes down and it actually fails to take that out, okay, before coming back up and making a new high. Okay, and it mitigates our next zone, so that means that trade's invalid because it didn't turn bearish. So now we've got this zone, and then bang, that's what we like. It's creating an internal break of structure, so it means that we're now turning into bearish order flow. So now if I put this into replay like this, alright, so we're looking to take out this low, so it's come up and then boom, that's where our break is. Okay, so now we're looking for points along here, along this curve here, that are points that we can enter. Okay, and we've identified a 1 minute zone here with imbalance. Okay, right, so that's this move just here, this impulsive move down has left imbalance for us, which is another confluence for our trade. And anyway, we wait for it to retrace up, and that's what it's done. So it's tapped in there, and now we're just waiting for a rejection candle, which we got just here, which is where I've put my entry. Now, one thing that I did want to highlight is this tap here. So I put my stop loss, this is the importance of putting it a bit higher than the internal protected high and the protected high. So it got quite close. Okay, so it was within 6.6 pips of my stop, but on FT mode they're 3 point spreads. So luckily I didn't get slipped out of this trade. So we've got our entry, we put the stop above the internal protected high and further above the full 15 minute protected high. So it's a really good entry, met all of our criteria. I would have maybe liked a bit of inducement on this zone, but you can't have it all. And yeah, if we just put it onto the 15 minute, literally took, if we go like this, and yeah, in the end, so we wanted to target a further break of structure here, but so I would have been happy to come down further to like a 7.8 or even further down, because I was thinking that it would run, so I would have been happy to do that, but in my rules, I'm happy with a 6 risk to reward trade that's fully within my system. So that's all we were targeting, and in the end, the trade did not take long to play out at all. It took 1 hour, which is really, in the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty short trade. So yeah, that was a perfect trade. I was really happy with that. Good patience, and yeah, it just shows the importance of waiting until the trade can come up to the protected high and just give you that bit more confluence. And further, if that was to break, if this was just to keep going up, right, and to create a change of character, okay, if that was to create a change of character, well then I've only lost 1 trade, which is 0.5%, okay, and then we would be looking to start moving higher into perhaps a zone to try and mitigate a zone like that, and then to see how it would react again. But yeah, it was a really clean trade, and it actually ended up running a little bit too. Like, as you can see, this is like that's a 1 to 12, and that would have been reasonably valid, really, if we're honest. And like, look, it continued to run as well, and then it started to get a bit choppy towards the end. But yeah, perfect trade. Very happy with that. Met all my criteria, and yeah, no dramas with that at all. Yeah, very happy. All right, thanks guys, and hopefully I'll get another breakdown in the next couple of days.